Hey. Goodness. Let's see, making sure this is working right now. Cool. Sure is. All right. Let me see here. We want everyone to see this. And give me 1 second. Bam. There we go. All right. Cool. Howdy. So, what was that? Oh, that was my brother. All right. So today we're going to draw ears. Ears is really easy, but I figured why not? Oh. I keep covering. Let's try not to do that. So, as you know, I got a new book out called Listen, and ears is the main character, the focal point. So, we're going to draw ears. Ears is a little ball of, I guess, flesh with 2 ears, right? So, the simple sketch. Hello. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the other things. So before we start on that, I want to show you the little progression I have here. So this was my first sketch of ears. He essentially looks the same, but was a bit different, right? So I didn't have the his eyes were what the heck? Oh, there we go. His eyes were really small, right? I didn't like that. It looked cute, but it was just, I don't know. His face looks really fat, and I'd rather it be bigger, like the big eyes. I like the big goo eyes. So that's what we started off with. So then I gave him the eyes. Still wasn't a fan. I wanted him. I don't know. I wanted more. Originally I wasn't going to put as much, like, I guess, work into the illustrations, but then I decided to put a bit more effort. This is just scary. You can see that what I was going for. Like if you see the original or the final version of ears, but yeah, I don't like this one. This was really scary to me. And then we have the final ears. So he's got tennis shoes and just a motorcycle or a car, either one. But yeah, he's got the tennis shoes and his mouth's big enough, and he's got the big blue eyes. Like I liked it a lot. So yeah, so this is the one we stuck with. We as in I. So I'm going to draw ears. I'm obviously doing this on my iPad because that's how I illustrated the book. I did everything on here on Procreate, which is pretty cool. It's pretty neat what you can do now. Paper is good, and I suggest if you're using paper, never leave paper. I still use paper a lot. I just use this a lot too because it's right here, and honestly, I'm not wasting paper. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm going to show you how to draw it on here, but you can totally follow along on paper, or if you have an iPad, good for you. So I'm going to go ahead and start. We start off with the little ball of flesh. One good thing about the iPad is I can go woo, I can resize and all that stuff. That's kind of nice. But um, so yeah, we're gonna start off with a little ball, and then the ears. Let me make sure. Cool. The ears are kind of like butterfly wings. So it's kind of, you know, if you're having trouble doing that, you just bring that top loop down and then bring another loop like a butterfly wing, and then you can like kind of connect it there if you want. Cool. Don't worry about being symmetrical in this, because ears obviously is not a human, but is very human-like. So we are very asymmetrical. Um, just look at your face. Oh, I got one nostril that's bigger than the other, and you know, I got a little like mole going on here, not over here. My teeth are crooked. We're imperfect, which makes us unique, and I love it. So don't worry about it being perfect. Let's see. Sorry, I have my video up here, so I'm seeing comments just now. Hey Heather, I don't know if you're still on here. And the audio version. So I'm glad you brought that up. The update on that is I am getting the music put in for it right now. My brother has been nice enough to help me musically, and kind of that's something he's been wanting to do, so I figured I'd let him take a whack at it. So he's doing that right now. My part's recorded. Hopefully, as soon as he finishes that, I'll be up soon. All this stuff is new to me, so I can't really make any guarantees on when it's going to be out, because there seems to be a lot of business, technical stuff that needs to be taken care of every time. So hopefully that won't be an issue, but it should be out soon. As well, the song. There's going to be a song. You know, they sing at the end of the book, if you have read it, and so I created a song with that. You get to hear my lovely voice. But yeah, it's fun. It's meant to be fun. So yeah. So hopefully that's coming out soon. Can't make any guarantees. The digital book, I'm making one for Kindle. I've been having issues with that as well. Formatting. A pain in the caboose. So yeah, I gotta like do a bunch of like redesign and stuff. So it should be out soon-ish. I'll definitely let you guys know when that's all complete. So right now it's just a paperback. Sorry. But yeah, it's been fun working on it all. So I'm gonna get back to this. So we got the little butterfly looking thing here, right? Okay. And so from here, I'm gonna do his face. So like I said before, his eyes are like two big, you know, goo eyes. So they're kind of like egg shaped, right? And they kind of like come inward, like, yeah. So that is that, right? And so he doesn't just have the pupils going on. As you can see here, that kind of looks freaky. So I went ahead and gave his eyes some color. I went with blue. I go with blue That's kind of my go-to because my eyes are blue, so my eyes are like a grayish blue, but I like the bright blue, so that's what I go with. Sorry if you don't have blue eyes and are offended by that, but that's just how it goes, I guess. I don't know. I try to go with other colors. I like green eyes too. Yeah, I just like the bright eyes. Like it's just cool, and it's fun for like cartoons. Nothing against the other colors. It's just how it be. Okay, so, so then it's kind of like cross-eyed, right? It, he's not cross-eyed, but that's kind of how you draw it. So like that. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yes, Lucas. It works, right? I don't know. There's just something about blue eyes, like those ice blue eyes. You see those people. They got those like really like kind of freaky blue eyes. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I got the eyes done. Now the smile is kind of interesting because the way I do it is it's kind of a frown, right? So we do that, and then off the ends here we kind of curl up. See, like that. Cool. And he's got a little bit of a lip there going on. So we do that, and then his little dimples or whatever they are right there. Cool. Cool. All right. So his eyes are in his, I guess, skull, so they're not popping out like. And so we're gonna bring the, I guess, muscle up here, right? And then he's got a little head, a little top of the head going on there, and then we're gonna give him cheeks, because if you're cute, you need to have some cheeks, right? Cheekies. He doesn't have a chin though. No chin. I thought about giving him a chin, but I was like, then he looks like he's just, a head on feet. I mean, kind of looks like that anyway, but he would really look like that at that point. I really wanted to focus on the ears. So, like, I was thinking, how can you make ears a living thing? So, I mean, I could have just put eyes and a mouth on an ear, but I don't know. It wouldn't have had that. You wanted to be attracted to the character, and I don't think I would really feel sorry for an ear. So this is why I went with this. If you feel otherwise, try it out. I mean, it's cool. So his hair are. I ended up going with 3 sprigs. I know the final one here, which I believe is on the cover, it has 4, but everything else I've put 3, so maybe you lost it. Maybe it blew away in the wind at some point. I don't know. Okay, so the ears. So we have the shape of the ear. Okay, and then so now we're going to do this line. I like to make it thicker up here because it kind of folds over more. I don't know. You look at your ear. This is kind of what we're drawing right here, right now. Okay, so it kind of comes all the way around, and then we're not gonna go down because this little part is fat and there's nothing there. Unless you got an earring, then there's something there. But ears does not have his ears pierced. So we are going to come down a little bit, and then you got this like little flap there, right? I don't know what it's for, but it's there. Maybe it's to keep dust and pollen, people's spit out. I don't know. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to curve this in a little bit here. Now, from here, we're going to do, there's like this little like Y shape in that ear. I don't know if you can see that, right? It's like kind of, you know? So, I don't know if you can see my video that well, but I'm showing you anyway. So, we're going to start off with this, right? And then I'm going to come around right here. And then I'm going to put like this little, it's a U, but a V, but a U, but a V, you know. But it makes like a Y, right? So it's like a lowercase y. So that's what we put there. And then I believe, let me see, I want to look up a reference real quick. References are not, references are not bad. I believe it's totally okay to look at what you're drawing. Okay, yeah. So, like, especially if you're like learning, like ears for me is like, I'm always struggling with ears. So, this, actually, you know what? I might make that a little bigger. Actually. We're going to redo that. By the way, if you're sketching, make sure you use pencil, because you will mess up. So, let's see that. Yeah, we're going to make it bigger. Bigger. So, we're going to do that. And then this little doodad is going to kind of do like one of these. It's like a little wave. The ear is such an interesting thing. And then I'm going to curve this down and, you know, kind of like shade that, because that's kind of like where your ear hole goes, right? So yeah. So then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. We are going to and it's okay if it looks all messy and whatnot while you're sketching. It's not a big deal, because this is all, make sure you're doing this light too. I know I'm like telling you this stuff when we're like almost done sketching, but make sure it's light, because if it's not light, you're going to have a heck of a time erasing it all. Alright, so let me just bring that over anyway already. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. So then we're going to make our little Y. We're just doing the exact same thing that we were doing before. And again, if it doesn't look the exact same, it's not a problem, because we are imperfect creatures, and that is good. Okay. There we go. So we got ears. Now Ears has feet, because he likes his red tennis shoes. So we're going to put his red tennis shoes on. We need the legs, because he has legs. Now Ears does not have knees, because he is a cartoon. And his legs just bend like noodles, right? So, no knees. There's no needs for knees. Okay. So, oh, shoot. Okay. Let's put the tennis shoes on. My leg fell asleep, and it's numb. Crap. I was sitting on it. Stupid. Okay. So, his shoes are going to be facing towards us. They're going to be like off to the side a little bit, but for the most part, they're going to be facing towards us. So we're going to, no, they're not going to be sideways. They're not going to be like this, right? You try standing like that and you will fall over or at least struggle. If you don't, good for you. It means you have good balance. But most people's feet stick out forward in front of them. So in order to do that, it's going to be like a C, right? It's like a C for Cam, yeah. So we're going to do that and then bring it over, and then in the back we're going to like bring down a line. You don't want to bring it straight down because it looks a little weird. You want to bring it down just like that. Just kind of, do that. Do that. Obviously. Duh. I don't know what I'm talking about. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to give them a little sole. Sorry. Okay, so the sole, and then you're going to like indent it because I said so. And then, I mean, if you want to give them different shoes, you go ahead and give them different shoes. Give them dress shoes and a tie. The tie might drag, and I don't know where you're going to tie it around, but give them a tie. I don't care. And then we're going to, like, do the little tongue for the shoe, right? Cool. Now, we're not going to do the shoestrings because the way his shoe is, it's like, it's kind of this shape, right? So the shoestrings are right here, and we're not going to see that. So we're not going to bother with shoestrings. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, except pointing the opposite direction, because he stands with his feet pointing outward just a little bit. I don't know if that's normal for people's feet to stick outward, or if it's like good for you or not good for you. I don't know. I stand like that. And actually, funny story, I didn't stand like that for a long time. And when I was a kid, I totally got into like movies and cartoons and crap that I liked a lot, right? And I loved Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And I looked at a picture, or maybe it was just a cartoon, and I like studied characters, right? And I was like looking at him, and I was like, oh man, he stands like that. So he stands with his feet like pointed outward, right? And I was like, I gotta start standing like that because I want to be Shaggy. And so I started standing like that, and now that's how I stand all the time. Like my feet stick out. It feels really weird for me to stand with my feet pointing directly in front of me. So yeah, I'm sure you wanted to hear that, but you heard it anyway. All right, so there we go. Our feet, cool. And you're like, why or how is he able to stand and keep his balance on those feet? Like, look how big this is, right? How's he able to? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so now we got our sketching done. So we did all this with pencil, right? Cool. Now we're going to what they call ink it. And we're going to put pen over it. Now I'm going to just use a different tool on here because I'm using my iPad. But if you want, I mean, if you like this as is, then you can keep it as is. But if you want to, you can grab a pen and go over it. Okay? So we're going to go over this with pen. So this is I mean, you already did the hard part. This is like the easy part, right? So for the eyes, I like to like start off a bit, right? And then kind of do that, right? Because it kind of like looks like it's like folded into the head, and like it's like the eye is in there rather than just sitting on top of the head. Um, so I like to do that. I'm gonna use a few little cheats here because I can. Um, yeah, I mean, this is, if you can trace, then you can do this part, right? Cool, cool. I'm not doing the iris yet because when I add color, I'm going to do it separately, okay? So, now for the hair, so the tall spring, I like putting up front, right? And then same thing with this one, up front, and then this little guy in the back. He's kind of got this like mohawk thing going on, I guess. Boop boop. Oh, you can't see, but it's like boop boop boop, right? So it's kind of the way I picture it. So now we're going to add the cheeks, and then just kind of, there we go. Cool. And then we'll just do these ears. So let's see, we're just tracing, so I don't really have to, tell you what's going on with this. So let's, let me see. Let's have a story time. How about that? I have had somebody recently ask me, I drew a picture for the Kickstarter, and somebody asked me if that picture was for a new book, like a sequel. And I honestly wrote this book to just as a standalone book. But, I was thinking, I was like, I could do another book. And the picture, I don't know if you saw it or not, but the picture is of ears like beaming up the mouths into a UFO. And so, I was thinking about this, and I was like, oh, maybe I can do another book. So I have an idea. I don't want to get too much into it, because if I do it, then you already know the story. But it has aliens. Let me just say that. Or, I mean, yours already looks like an alien. It has those kind of aliens. So, yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, it'd be cool. So, I mean, if you think it would be good, let me know. If not, be like, Karen, you need to stop making books right now and find something better to do with your life. Just let me know. I like honesty. Uh-oh, I made a boo-boo. The cheeks. I don't like when the eyes are big and they got big cheeks, right? So I like putting these little lines here, right? It like gives them big cheeks. Big cheeks, big smiley cheeks. I am so sorry if you pin this and now you have big eyes, big psycho eyes. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. So we are this done. We're going to get those shoes on, and then we will be done. Well, we're going to color too. I'll do a simple color. But yeah, so I'm thinking about doing another book with the mouths and ears. Um, I'm obviously working on some other stuff too right now. Uh, I'm in the process of doing the book about a bird and some whales. So that'll be fun. Okay, so now that you've pinned everything, you can grab your eraser and erase all those nasty marks that we've made. I'm keeping the lines for the eyes because I'm going to use, you like if you use a marker or whatever, you can use a different color. So for this, I'm going to do. Thank you, I appreciate that. I try really hard now. I don't know. I appreciate it though. Thank you. Oh shoot, what did I do? Okay, so for the iris, we're gonna do. We said blue eyes. I said bright blue. But we're doing a dark blue outline because it just looks cooler. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna fix this real quick because I made a boo boo. There we go. Cool. So now we're gonna color. For the eyes, we'll do blue. Cool. Oh, and I'm gonna erase the rest of this. We don't need any of that anymore. Cool. Sorry, I was covering. Silly. Okay. So now we're going to color the rest of him. I'm going to take the quick and easy route because I can. I'm sorry if you can't. The flesh, he's a fleshy little ear ball, right? So we're going to use a flesh tone. And it really doesn't matter what kind it is. I mean, you can make them purple if you want. That's totally cool by me. So we're going to I'm just doing this. But you're going to color all of him this color, except for his eyes and his shoes. Cool? So you go ahead and do that. If you need to pause the video, cool. No worries. Now for his shoes, he has bright red shoes on because he likes bright red shoes. So we're just going to color those red. Right? Hey, Angie. What's up? So we're going to do that, and then his soul is dark gray. That's dark gray. So we're going to do dark gray. Cool. Alright. And then, we need to put eyebrows on him because he has eyebrows. This is a Procreate on the iPad. It's also on the iPhone, but it's honestly not as good. I am using the Apple Pencil as well, but it's totally usable with a stylus, so you don't need all the fancy stuff. But Procreate, I'm telling you, it is the best thing ever. So for the eyebrows, we're gonna start like here, right? And then we're gonna kind of do whoop, and then come back around, and then whoop. Yeah. So this is I said this earlier, but this is the app that I illustrated my whole book on. Crazy, so cool that I can do that. Saved a lot of paper, a lot of time. I was able to make a lot of adjustments. I've said earlier that I have to like reformat my book to like put it into Kindle form. So like it's nice because it's, you know, I don't have to like read raw everything. Like I can like figure things out that way. It's really nice. So now we got all this done, right? And the only thing left to do now is to shade his cheeks, and we use a pink. I'm kind of the it actually says a bunch of different files. Let me see if it shows. There we go. So there's a Procreate file. I'm guessing you can see this. There's a Procreate file, a Photoshop file, a PSD file, and then a PDF file, JPEG, PNG, and TIFF, TIFF. So it's pretty handy. It's nice because I'm able to take this stuff and then like if I have a bunch of layers and I need to add something or do something that I have to do in Photoshop, I can just go plop into Photoshop and it's amazing. Yeah, seriously, like I got this. I forgot when I got it when I got my iPad, but somebody suggested it to me, and I was like, "Oh, this is easy to use." And then I kept seeing a lot of like um, professional people use this, and so I felt good that I made a good choice there. So yeah, it's neat. It's cool. Um, now for the cheeks, I use like an airbrush thing, right? And then I just go in here and I lightly do this. I like to start off light because I don't want to go too heavy on it, but there we go. And ta-da! All done. If you want to get a little fancy there, you can, oops. You can get the white, and then we can add some highlights. Cool. So we can do like little, oops, little there we go, like that, and maybe up here. It's kind of woo, ooh, let's do that again, woo, there we go. You know, there's shading and stuff too that you could always do. I'm not going to get into all that right now. I'll do that again. There we go. Right, and then on top, and here's a cool thing, like, if you're like, oh, I already colored everything and I can't shade, you can use a whiteout and just go over it. And I really like to put the little dots in his eyes because it really brings those to life. The book, the next book. So, okay, I'll essentially, well, which book? Because I look so fat. The book that I'm working on right now is about a bird and whales, right? So, one of the perks in living in California is Christy and I, we go whale watching a lot, right? It's just fun, like it's cool, and I'm sharing this through the Procreate app. Like they have an option where you can do a live video through the app. It's so cool. So that book, this we were I can't talk. We were whale watching one day, and I saw a little bird, and totally looked like it wanted to be like a part of the show. And I was like, oh, how funny would it be if like the whales, like they're just putting on a show for us, right? Like they're, you know, there's like the daredevil and then the magician and like all this stuff, right? And then the bird's like, well, I want to do that. So that's essentially what the book is about. It's about a bird who is like, you know what? I want to be one of these whales. And he ends up, he, she, I haven't decided exactly what, yeah. But uh, it's going to decide to do it. And it becomes the spectacle that everyone comes out to see instead of the whales. Right? So, kind of cool. I'm going to try something totally different, like illustration wise. I'm not going to use my iPad. I'm going to I'm going for like a claymation kind of look. We'll see if that works because it's gonna be a lot of work. So yeah, that's what that's gonna be about. Yeah, yeah. Hey, thank you. I love the book too, and I'm not just saying that because I wrote it. I really like. I really like this book. Like I am very proud that this is my first book because it was I love being goofy and whatnot. Like it's just it's fun, but like as an artist, a lot of people go, "Hey, where do you get your inspiration from?" Like and most of the time I draw stuff because I think it looks cool. Like there's no reason why, um, but um, this book, like I don't know, it was God given, really. Um, when the book came around, there were things that were happening in my life that uh, really sucked, and and you know, God took it and made something good out of it, and that's kind of been my whole life um, lately, and it's cool. I like it. I like it, but there was just a message that was there that a lot of people needed to see, and I hope more people get to see it because not just on a personal level, but there's a lot of people right now, especially with the politics and all that crap. There's a lot of stuff that's like, people need to uh, they need to be quiet and listen and I'm not just saying that politically. Like it's just a thing overall. Um, there's a lot of people who ignore others' emotions and just want to get a point across, and that's not humane, I guess. Like part of showing love is showing that you care, and how you show that you care is by listening to one another, and because you can't help another person if you don't know what they're going through, and you don't know what they're going through if you don't listen. So I'll get off my soapbox. So yeah, I'm glad whoever has read my book, you know, I'm glad you guys like it because there was a lot of heart that was put into it, and I'm not just saying that. I really mean that. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so this is ears. Now you know how to draw ears. I might do the mouths later. The mouths are really easy. Uh, but yeah, um, yeah. So if you haven't seen my book, if you haven't read it, it's on Amazon, and I suggest you get it. It's really cool. Um, yeah, it's my first book. When I become big and famous, you can say, "Hey, I got Cameron's first book when it first came out." So just saying. So all right. that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my 45 minutes. All right. You guys have a good one. Peace out.